What's up, fight fans? Welcome to my channel. This is Johnny, and in today's video we're going to be going over the statistics that nobody talks about when mentioning this weekend's fight in Las Vegas between Caleb Plant and Armando Resendez. Guys, before I continue, I want to say thank you to all the new subscribers. Thank you to everybody who's been with me since day one. If you haven't already, could you please remember to hit subscribe? Could you also like this video? And right now, go down to the bottom of the screen, find the bell notification button, hit that so you can be reminded every time I put something out that's new. Let's get into this. All right, guys, this weekend in Vegas, we have a fun card. We have a fun main event. In this video, we're gonna feature the return of Sweet Hands Caleb Plant, taking on a tough opponent with some pop in his hands in Jose Armando Resendez. These guys have a bit of history. They've sparred in the past. I'd be ill-advised if I didn't start this video by saying the fight fans, the fighters on this fight card, they really know what the narrative of this card is. Everybody wants to see Plant versus Charlo. But before that happens, Plant has to get past Resendez and Charlo has to get past LaManna. So in this video, what we're gonna do is break down both fighters' careers, talk a little bit about what they do good, what they struggle with. We're gonna go over how they go about their business. Also, stay tuned to the end of the video. That's where I'll be going over the Las Vegas odds and be giving you my prediction on where to put your money. All right, guys, with Plant and Resendez, neither guy has been super active when you look at their resume, when you look at how many total career fights they've had. Plant is one of the top guys at 168 pounds. He is a former IBF world champion, and all you have to do is watch him train or listen to when he speaks to the media. This guy is uber focused like always, ultra professional, and he wants to be a world champion again. Resendez is a Mexican with power in his hands, with a lot of volume, offensive minded, and feels that he has the tool belt and the skill set to beat Caleb Plant and ruin the party. When I put this fight up on our YouTube channel post section, there's people coming back saying that based off of what Plant looked like against Trevor, meaning that McCumbee dropped him, they're saying that Plant is chinny. Now, whenever people, fight fans, start using the word chinny with fighters who get dropped and then pick themselves up off the canvas and then win by knockout, I tell them, what are you talking about? That's not chinny, that's called having a chin. We remember the two fights Plant has had, the two losses, Canelo and Benavidez. Benavidez took him the distance. He did get stopped by Canelo. To say Plant's chinny, I'm gonna disagree with that. I think he's tough as nails. He has a high ring IQ. His nickname is Sweet Hands for a reason. And I think he has sneaky pop as well. People don't really talk about him as having power, but his knockout to win ratio, which we'll get into in a second, says otherwise. So right now I wanna take a closer look at what's at stake this weekend in Vegas. All right, guys, the Michelob Ultra Arena at the Mandalay Bay Resort and Casino in Vegas will host the highly anticipated fight between Armando Resendez and Caleb Plant, who puts his WBA interim super middleweight title on the line, which he won in September of 2024 after knocking out Trevor McCumbee. The 32-year-old boxer, who lost his unbeaten record to Canelo Alvarez, previously knocked out Anthony Durrell and suffered a painful defeat in March 2023 when he lost on points to David Benavidez. Meanwhile, Armando Resendez, who boasts a record of 15 wins, 2 losses, and 10 knockouts, began his career with 12 consecutive outings without defeat, but was sent to bite the dust by Elijah Garcia in 2023. He comes from a knockout victory over Fernando Paliza just last February. The main fight is surrounded by a great undercard that will delight those attending the venue in the so-called Sin City and promises great excitement. It is important to highlight, like I already mentioned, the importance of the co-main event, which precedes the main event in the ring at the Michelob Ultra Arena, as it will see the long-awaited return of Jamar Charlo, the two-division former champion, who will face Thomas LaManna at 168 pounds. After not stepping into the ring since November 2023, if victorious, both he and Plant could clash in an eventual upcoming super middleweight bout. And guys, that is the narrative of this fight card, is will Charlo be able to get past LaManna, and will Plant be able to get past Resendez? It really comes down to both guys being prepared, mentally switched on, and not looking past each one's opponent. So right now I want to take a closer look at the Mexican fighter Armando Resendez and see what he's been up to in his career. Guys, Resendez is 15-2 with 11 knockouts. Out of 2005 middleweights in the world, he's ranked 110. He's fought a total of 89 pro rounds and carries into the ring a 73% career knockout to win ratio. His adoring fans know him as Toro, and the 26-year-old Mexican is a 5'10" orthodox fighter with a 69-inch reach. He was born in Guayabitos, Nerat, Mexico. We last saw him fight Fernando Paliza, 5-2, stopped him in the 5th. Elijah Garcia, 15-0, he got stopped in the 8th. Jared Hurd, 24-2, knocked him out in the 10th. Rondon, 20-1, stopped him in the 2nd. Hernandez, 14-4, he lost unanimous decision in the 10th. When you think about fighters, when you think about steps up, when you think about main events in Las Vegas, you always got to think about the levels, where each guy has been in their career. On his resume, Resendez has a knockout victory over former world champion Jared Hurd in 2023. Now, we know that wasn't the same Jared Hurd of past in his prime, but it's still on his record. He also, on the other end, has a loss to Elijah Garcia, an upcoming rising prospect slash contender. So he's had a mixed bag of results as of late. His last 3 victories are by stoppage. So people leaning in on Resendez are saying that he has pop in his hands. Plant is there to be hit. Plant is so-called chinny, and people think the Mexican could go into Vegas and spoil the party. Right now, let's take a closer look at his opponent, Caleb Plant, and see what he's been up to. All right, guys, Plant is 23-2 with 14 knockouts. Out of 1,765 fighters at 168 pounds, he's ranked number 7. He's fought a total of 163 pro rounds and carries into the ring a 61% career knockout to win ratio. His adoring fans know him as Sweet Hands, and the 32-year-old American is a 6'1" orthodox fighter with a 74-inch reach. He was born in Nashville, Tennessee, USA. We last saw him fight against Macumbi, 28-0, stopped him in the 9th. Benavidez, 26-0, he lost to UD in the 12th. Durrell, 34-2, stopped him in the 9th. Canelo, 56-1, he got stopped in the 11th. Cable Truex, 31-4, won a UD in the 12th. Caleb Plant is a guy who, it's well documented. There's documentaries about him. He'll tell you when he gives interviews. He's been through a lot of adversity in his life. He feels that where he's at in his career, what he's made of his career, he's already playing with house money. I think all you really need to know about Caleb Plant is how he came back from that loss against Canelo. There was a lot of buildup with that Durrell fight, and we know how that fight ended. That's the viral knockout when Caleb did the shovel in the canvas after catching Durrell in a highly contentious buildup and fight. So you know the guy could come back from a loss, and what that tells you about a fighter is his psychological strength, how the guy is wired, and that's one of my favorite things about watching Caleb Plant. Yes, he has a lot of physical attributes. He's a big guy. He's always in shape. He has good hand speed. I love his ring IQ, and he really executes a game plan. When I look at both guys side by side, the physical attributes are on Caleb's side. He's going to be the bigger guy. He's going to be the longer guy. Pro rounds experience. He's a former world champion. The psychological components I already spoke about. The one X factor in boxing we always talk about is power. Power is the great equalizer. So Armando Resendez and his fans should feel a little bit comfortable on that, in knowing that as long as this fight is going on, especially the longer it goes, he has a chance. I give the power advantage to Resendez is based off of what he's going to want to do, how he's going to want to pressure, put Caleb on the back foot, and his punching power. Right now, I want to take a closer look at the Las Vegas odds. Guys, I'm going to be doing a live stream today, so if you catch this upload, go to my live stream playlist, and that's where I'll be giving you my method of victory and prop bets on all the fights we covered this week. The ones in Mexico, the 2 fight cards in the US. But right now, I'm going to give you my money line prediction on who wins this fight. All right, guys, the app I use down here in Australia is called Sportsbet. So whatever app you use, let's pull that out. Right now, the money line has Caleb Plant as a big favorite at $1.06, meaning you put 100 on Plant, you get your money back plus $6. The draw is 26-1. Resendez is a huge underdog. 100 on him gets you over $1,000 in return. He's close to an 11-1 underdog. And those odds seem a bit steep, but I think they're a bit fair when you understand what's at stake with this fight, when you understand why this fight's put together. Caleb's here, Jamal's here. That big fight is supposed to take place. So Resendez does have a puncher's chance, but with my prediction, I'm leaning and 100% confident that Caleb Plant is going to get the job done. He's going to come in focus, he's going to come in shape, and he's going to come in wanting to prove a point. Guys, you don't have to agree with me in the comment section below. Is anyone giving Toro a chance? Do you guys think that Armando Resendez could go into Vegas and disrupt the narrative and shock the world by beating Caleb Plant? If so, let me know in the comment section below. Also, if you haven't seen my breakdown of a fight, very interesting fight going down this weekend as well between Beck the Bully and DFG Darius Fulgham, stay tuned to the channel because that's coming up right now.